Bulletcast for life.
Get up, this is a revolution. This is our time to rise. Look deep within your mind, look deep into the hate in my eyes. We are the elite.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know the name, you know the voice, you know exactly why I'm here. Just in case if you don't, I am a 24-year-old piece of gold, the messiah of the microphone, of the greatest sports recreational podcast in the world today. And yes, I am still your current reigning, defending Bulletcast champion, just like Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Roddy Strong, and Adam Cole, baby. This title reign is hashtag forever undisputed. For life, brother. And you know why I'm here. I'm here to lead the evolution in the audio revolution, but you know I can never do it alone. He's the Jimmy to my J, the Tully to my Arn, the Stevie Ray to my Booker T. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the host of the award-winning Under the Radar, host and creator of Curveballs and Chair Shots. He is the first ever and 8-time Bulletcast champion, the Canadian Destroyer, BT, Brandon Tanguma. Brandon, it's Thursday. We're here to talk wrestling. And it's all out. It's all out weekend, man. I'm excited. We're coming up.
Can't wait for All Out this Saturday. Going to be a great show. Excited to talk about it. So let's just jump right into it.
Let's just jump right into it. Episode 187, Philmosa Mayhem. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, we got to kick it off with the PWI Top 500. The list dropped last week, and so the PWI Top 500. I think it takes place from June or July of a certain year all the way up until June of the next year. And so we're gonna talk. We'll read off the top 10, and then we'll discuss those. And if we feel like it, we'll go through 11 to 25. So here we go. Number 1, AEW World Champion Jon Moxley. Number 2, Adam Cole. Number 3, Le Champion Chris Jericho. 4, WWE Champion Drew McIntyre. 5, Intercontinental and IWGP Heavyweight Champion Tetsuya Naito. 6, Kazuchika Okada. 7, Cody Rhodes. 8, Seth Rollins. 9, Kofi Kingston. 10, AJ Styles. That's a hell of a list. That is a hell of a list. But I have seen some uproar that people didn't think that Jon Moxley deserved to be at number 1. And looking at the time frame from when they start this list, I could agree with some people. You know, there are people that say Adam Cole should have been number 1 for what he did in November alone with the matches with Pete Dunne and Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins and the wizardry he performed in the ring, putting on all these spectacles, plus becoming the longest reigning NXT champion of all time. But I'd have to go Jericho. I'd have to go with my guy, man. I think he should have been number 1. The first ever AEW World Champion, and then he hits a gold mine with a little bit of the bubbly and the lexicon of Le Champion and all this other stuff, and Demo God and the stuff he's been doing with Cassidy over the last 14 weeks. I would have had to say Jericho, but I guess Mox just had a better calendar year. Brandon, what are your thoughts?
Well, the PWI 500, as much as people, want to put stock into it, is a sort of kayfabe-esque list. I'm right here. It's not the website itself, but the criteria for the rankings is win-loss record, technical ability, influence on the sport, success against the highest grade of competition, success against the most diverse competition, and activity. So, Jon Moxley, kayfabe-wise, maybe he's lost like 1 or 2 matches the entire year of that span. So that's why I would understand him being number 1, champion of the quote-unquote second biggest company in North America. I guess that's good enough. Adam Cole, yes, he was champion for that entire duration, but I guess from a kayfabe terms, NXT is still the minor leagues in WWE, I guess. I know. I never put too much stock in the PWI 500. I do have a few. I think I have the one with CM Punk at number 1 and Daniel Bryan at number 1, mainly just for, collecting and for signing ability.
Absolutely. Looking at it, I would have put Cody higher. I mean, he had the feud with Shawn Spears, and then he went into the match with Jericho, saying he could never challenge for the title again. And then he has that feud with MJF, becoming the TNT champion. I would have put him at at least he would have cracked my top 5. Absolutely. Like I said, I would have put Jericho at 1. I would have switched Jericho and Moxley, in my personal opinion. Just so other people can know what the rest of the list is, hitting 25. Number 11 is Keith Lee, 12 is Brock Lesnar, 13 is Kenny Omega, 14 is Roman Reigns, 15 NWA World Champion Nick Aldis, 16 Bray Wyatt, 17 Kota Ibushi, 18 Rush, he's the Ring of Honor World Champion, 19 Braun Strowman, MLW World Champion Jacob Fatu is 20, 21 is Will Ospreay, 22 MJF, 23 Aleister Black, 24 is Kento Mariah, I hope I said that right. And Miyahara, alright, thank you. Miyahara. And 25 is Walter. I mean, it's a nice list. I just would have switched Mox and Jericho, and then I would have put Cody at 5. That's my opinion on it. I'm not gonna get all upset like everybody else has been getting lately. Which, guys, let's calm down. It's one guy writing this. This isn't the opinion of the whole wrestling world.
It's actually a group of people. It's not just one person.
One collective group of like maybe 5 or 6 people. Let's calm down. There we go. Yeah.
Surprised Aleister Black is ranked so high. I guess he doesn't lose a whole lot, but he's just not a focal point of the show. So
yeah,
it's interesting.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to move on to some more serious news. The Rock put on Instagram, was it yesterday, that he and his family, his wife and his 2 daughters, contracted COVID-19 from a close family friend. They're in the recovery stage. You know, he said that his daughters had like a little bit of a sore throat, and that was basically it. You know, for the younger kids, they don't really show signs. They show signs of COVID-19 like it's a regular cold or something like that. But he said they've been able to bounce back, and you know, he's just trying to stay healthy, and he's thankful that he and his wife and his family are getting through this together. And yeah, The Rock wasn't the only wrestler that has contracted COVID-19. Recently, we found out via Twitter that AJ Styles and Kevin Nash have both had it, and they've recovered from it, and that's crazy, man. That's absolutely crazy. Hopefully, everybody's doing okay, though.
Yeah, wishes to The Rock and his family, and Kevin Nash, seemingly he's recovering from it. AJ Styles, I mean, he was one of those guys who tested positive a few months ago, and I mean, everything seems like he's all fine and well because he's wrestling. He's the former Intercontinental Champion, but yeah, I mean, it sucks, and unfortunately, hopefully, this can be. I mean, I know we're like in month 5 of this already, but hopefully, sometimes like this, when a celebrity gets it, this can be a wake up call for some people to kind of take it seriously. Hopefully, it's not too serious to where anybody, gets too greatly affected. But there was a great yesterday that I'd like to point out that did die due to both coronavirus and some complications with dementia. That would be Tom Seaver, one of the greatest pitchers of all time. So another legend has passed away this week. There's been too many this week. We had Chadwick Boseman, you had Tom Seaver, you had the legendary Georgetown basketball coach. So too many great people are dying, Philip.
They really are, man. And the CDC a couple days ago, they updated the death chart, and basically a 6%, which is I think it rounded out to like 9,000 people in the U.S. have died of coronavirus, and all the other numbers had complications of other things. The numbers keep going up and down. I don't know what to believe anymore, Brandon. I don't.
Wear your mask, be safe, and hopefully there's a vaccine for this sooner rather than later.
Yes, apparently November 1st. That's what I was reading. So if that is
that's interesting timing.
Interesting timing. For what happens 2 days later, the probably the most important election in our country's history. That's interesting. We'll get political once we get closer to that time period. We have exactly 2 months to the day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Brock Lesnar is apparently a free agent, the Beast Incarnate, the former IWGP, UFC, and WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He is not signed again with WWE, so, I mean, this is all speculation, but fantasy booking here, guys. Where do you want to see Brock go? You want to see him go back to UFC, have that fight with John Jones we all wanted to see? Could he go back to Japan and tear it up? Because he did good work over there in like 05, 06. Or what do you want to see Brock do, Brandon?
I think when all said and done, I think Brock Lesnar will probably end up back in WWE, maybe on a even, less date basis than he normally was. But I think it would be interesting to see him go to the UFC. He is up there in age. He's in his 40s at this point. As you said, that John Jones fight is something that people want to see. And now John Jones has dropped his light heavyweight title. He's officially moved up to heavyweight. And now he's saying he wants to fight Brock Lesnar, which is kind of interesting now that once, Brock Lesnar might not be fighting anymore. Now John Jones wants to, or now that Brock Lesnar is a free agent and could possibly fight John Jones. Now he's saying it when, these few years ago when these speculations really could have happened, he was just kind of backing off. But I think Brock Lesnar, he's an interesting cat. We all know that. And, during this pandemic era, I don't see him wanting to go very far outside of his ranch in Nova Scotia or wherever the hell he lives in Canada.
Saskatchewan.
Sorry, I just don't know that atrocious country like you do.
Hey, those are my people, man. Yeah, it is very interesting. I don't think Brock will, I think maybe once we have a vaccine, Brock will get back out in the performing realm. He doesn't want to risk, his diverticulitis and possibly causing some sort of infection or anything like that. But, I'd be down to watch, Jones versus Lesnar. I'd be down for it, and I'm not opposed to that. That'd be interesting.
As long as Brock Lesnar isn't roided up like he was against Mark Hunt, I think John Jones can take him.
Whoa. Allegedly.
Well, he did serve a suspension because of it, so I don't know how alleged it really is.
Maybe he just popped a rhino like John Jones did, and yeah.
John Jones likes that cocaine as well.
Well, that's not Brock. That's not the Beast. No. Moving on from that, Mauro Ranallo leaves WWE. Another great talent has left WWE. We've had Renee, we've had Brock, now we have Mauro. WWE and him have parted ways, so no more Mamma Mia's and no more hip-hop references on Wednesday nights and takeovers. I'm kind of sad, Brandon. Not going to lie to you.
Yeah, Mauro hasn't been on NXT for, I think, like the past month now. So he's been absent, and it was kind of weird. They'd never really acknowledged it. So I was wondering if something did happen to Mauro, and I haven't heard anything to why he's left, if it was just a mutual thing, if he wanted to move on and maybe do more of the MMA stuff. But I always like Mauro. I know some people might not like him because he could be a little overbearing at times, but I think like during the regular television shows he can be overbearing, but when it comes to those mega takeover main events, and Mauro has that personality and he has that, charisma that some of the, you might call robots, like Tom Phillips or his replacement at the moment, Vic Joseph, might not have. I think Mauro really, brings it out. Is it an extra nice little cherry on top of a great NXT TakeOver Sunday?
Absolutely, dude. And then, the video that they would start to put out of him calling NXT takeovers, I loved it. And he had one call that I just loved. I think he said something like, "Somebody crack open a window just like Travis Scott, the antidote's running water." Something like that, man. It was funny. I liked it. I enjoyed his pop culture references. Mauro, I'm gonna miss you, bud. Hopefully you can work with WWE again, or there's another company down in Florida that's running shows. I'm just saying. But yeah, Mauro, wish you the best of luck in all your future endeavors. All right, jabroni. This word has officially been put in the dictionary. I'm excited, dude. I really am. Brandon, this word has been circulating in my vocabulary heavily over the last couple years. I've called so many people the jabronis, my cousins, my friends, kids I coach, my mother. I'm excited, man. So I will read you the definition, the official definition of jabroni. It's slang, a stupid, foolish, or compatible person. She always has a comeback to own the trolls and jabronis on Twitter. Wow. It's a noun. I love it, dude. What are your thoughts on jabroni making its way into the dictionary?
Interesting that it took this long. I think the person that I kind of know is, I don't know if he's the inventor, but like the earliest person I know who would use it is the Iron Sheik, and I think that's like where The Rock got it from, and The Rock has obviously made it famous. And I'm surprised that this didn't happen during the Attitude Era when it was such a big deal, but better late than never, I suppose.
Absolutely, yes. The Rock did get it from Iron Sheik, and it has an Italian heritage, the term jabroni. So that's awesome, man. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna have to start circulating it in my vernacular once again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move on to Inside of the Ring. So NXT Super Tuesday, it was a Fatal 4-Way Iron Man match. 60 minutes. You had Balor, you had Cole, you had Gargano, you had Ciampa. All in all, Cole and Balor both scored 2 falls each. So next Tuesday, NXT Super Tuesday 2, Cole and Balor, 1 fall to the finish for the brand new NXT champion. Brandon, you're the NXT guy.
I am the NXT guy. Now, I've been one to criticize the Iron Man matches because I feel as though they're a little boring at times. Now, the wrestling, the action in this Fatal 4-Way, I thought it was really good. Now, the story leading into it, the story, during the match, wasn't the biggest fan of because you have 2 straightforward heels in Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, and then you have 2, I guess, baby faces in Finn Balor and Adam Cole. But because this match was thrown together so quickly, you don't know who's the person you're supposed to root for. So it was just, pick your favorite and hope they win. And then for the most part, the entire hour, it was tied. Everyone was either tied 1-1. Finn got the pinfall late, and then they had the pinfall at the very, very end with Adam Cole. So I didn't like the story that they told because it was okay, something's going to happen. I kind of wish they had Finn go up maybe with 10 minutes to go, so then everyone is scrambling to try to get that next pin, or maybe even, you tie it up with 10 minutes to go, so then, Finn and Adam Cole are trying to go back and forth to score a pin, and they just couldn't do it. I just felt as though, there wasn't that drama that you really needed, and the ending was, I thought it was kind of stupid, to be honest, because you knew something was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it happened. Next week we get a decisive winner. It's all right. It's all right. All right, Darren Young, a.k.a. Fred Rosser, I think that's his real name. He is set to make his New Japan Wrestling debut tomorrow. That's exciting, right? Yeah? Yeah! The Block the Hate champion of the world? Absolutely. Used to be managed by Bob Backlund. You think he's going to bring Backlund out with him? I would hope not.
I do not think Bob Backlund will be managing Darren Young, or whatever his real name is. But we have seen him here out in the Bay Area a time or two. He has a good connection with the crowd. Wrestling wise, not the best in the world. So with no crowds there and him just going out there and wrestling the New Japan style, it'll be interesting. I'm interested to see how he fares in that type of match. But it just, Darren Young isn't someone who's been lighting the world on fire, even kind of getting his name out there and wrestling all over the place. So it is an interesting move. Maybe it's just because New Japan's trying to get a lot of the West Coast talent to just fill TV time and just wrestle. I don't know.
Absolutely. They can grab some of these other people that are still wrestling, dude. I was watching a What Culture video about 10 wrestlers you didn't know were still wrestling. That list will actually surprise you, Brandon.
Well, throw them out there.
Coco Beware. Greg the Hammer Valentine.
But what do you consider wrestling? Going out there, making the towns, doing a photo op, and then going out and doing. The Honky Tonk Man is still wrestling. For God's sakes. Having
a contest, and I use that term loosely. Once the bell rings, that's what we consider having a wrestling match. Yeah, Tito Santana still wrestling. I found out Hakushi, the Japanese character from the '90s. That wrestled Bret Hart once for the WWF title. He had the Japanese writing all over his body. He's still wrestling, but he looks jacked as all hell at his age. And there's something about those Japanese wrestlers, man. You look at him, you look at Minoru Suzuki, just badasses in that later state in their life. Yeah, man. We're gonna move on from that though. Keeping up with the Japan talk, Naito. He is once again the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Champion. He defeated Evil. Yeah, you're the Japan guy.
I am the Japan guy, but unfortunately, I have not watched this quite yet. I'm slipping, I know. So if you'd like to, I'm pretty sure there's a recap of Cindy. She's doing it Into the Stratosphere. She talked about it, so go and listen to that instead, because I'm a terrible New Japan fan.
Yes. Cindy is doing great work. Episode 4 will be released tomorrow morning. She's doing awesome work over there. Also, Suzuki is the new openweight champion for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Congratulations. MLW, Major League Wrestling, returns this fall. It's going to be nice to see how another company battles putting on shows in the pandemic era. We've seen WWE, now they have the Thunderdome. AEW's brought back fans. Impact is still no fans. We've seen a couple indie shows pop up here and there. There was a big one last weekend. Like, all the major stars in the indies were at that one. So, this is interesting, man. What are your thoughts on MLW coming back? Do you have any guys you want to see?
Not really. I mean, I haven't been keeping up with MLW all that much. So, I mean, it's just another company getting back into the swing of things, and that just means more men and women are getting jobs and getting paid, which, as long as everyone is doing it safely, I'm okay with it.
All right, last up on Inside of the Ring, Eric Young is the new Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. He defeated Eddie Edwards this past Tuesday. Eddie Edwards has been doing the fighting champion thing, and I'll challenge anybody every single week. I'm actually shocked that Eric Young won. I was like, oh, wow. I thought Eddie Edwards would have held it a little bit longer. Brandon, do you even watch Impact? Do you even care about this?
I do not watch Impact, but I did see that he is the new champion. I wonder if Eric Young was used so terribly in WWE that people even realized that he was in WWE and didn't do anything. Yes, he is a lot more tied to Impact and the TNA legacy, so I mean maybe that's kind of a positive, but I mean it's just kind of another Impact move where you get the former WWE guy who didn't do too much, but then you just put a title on him because he's a WWE guy.
No, I mean I think the stigma with WWE is so bad with him that he's just a TNA guy through and through. You know what I mean? He didn't really he won an NXT tag title. Sure, he was jobbing on main event for the longest time, and then was just sitting in the back at catering, or he was just sitting at home, or he's just a TNA guy. When you think Eric Young, you think TNA. Bobby Roode has been in WWE for quite some time. He's had some title reigns here and there, but when you think Bobby Roode, you still just think TNA. The same could kind of be said for AJ Styles. You would think TNA in Japan, you know?
Bobby Roode is going to be the opposite of Kurt Angle. You think TNA, but he was actually in WWE a lot longer.
I don't think so.
Just watch. Bobby Roode's going to be the guy who just sticks around, and he's going to be there forever.
Oh God. Can we put the title on my boy Bobby Roode? He's the it factor. Let's get that back. I just want to run with the it factor. Get rid of the glorious stuff. That's all I have to say here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we are going to hear from Brandon and Curveballs and Chair Shots, and then we are going to come back and talk This Day in Wrestling, Fan Mail, Raw, and a whole lot more.
What's up, everyone? It's Brandon. If you love sports and wrestling like I do, then check out my other podcast, Curveballs and Chair Shots. Every Friday, me and my illustrious co-host Dominic Hobson talk the biggest news from the MLB, NFL, NBA, and so much more. We also cover some things we don't talk about here on the Bulletcast, including a weekly NXT recap. You can listen to Curveballs and Chair Shots wherever you get your podcast. Just simply search Curveballs and Chair Shots. Now let's get back to the show.
And we're back! Yay! Alright, This Day in Wrestling was an NWA house show at the Omni. The Great Muta defeats Sting for the vacant NWA Television Championship in 1989. 31 years ago, that's awesome. Raw on this day in 2012, Alberto Del Rio, you remember that guy? He defeated John Cena in a Falls Count Anywhere match on Raw. And then you have, on this day 2 years ago, Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler become the Raw Tag Team Champions. Wow. TJP, he's been on this show. He is 36 years old today. Happy birthday, man. And Allie, the bunny, she is 33. Any thoughts about on this day? Do you see clearly? Better place? Better broken dream? Any thoughts? Any thoughts on any of it?
Happy birthday, Allie. The last time I really watched Impact regularly was when she was Maria Kanellis' servant, and they had the wedding angle, and I think we watched it one time when we were back in the Chabot days, and Tom walked in. I was like, what the hell are you guys watching?
Yeah, that was actually fun. That was really fun. Alright, fan mail. Yay! Let me go to the fan mail here. Jack of all trades. Guys, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it to happen. He's one of the best heels in the last 15 years. His commitment to the character is unmatched in this current day of wrestling. I'm ready for MJF to be AEW World Champion. Hey, man. So am I. I've done a lot to try to get MJF to the title. I'm the Bay Area representative for the campaign. Dan. Sterling versus Mox was funny. A bit too long, but funny. Mox all the way on Saturday. All right. Who do you 420?
Who do you?
Oh, Jesus. As if 2020 couldn't get any worse, the IIconics split up. What in the bloody hell? And
Thank you.
He put a crying emoji. I like that. I do. I really do. Alfie Lewis. Oh, Brandon's #1 fan. Hey, how come you guys don't do video anymore? I liked it. It made me and others feel like we were engaging with you guys. Brandon doesn't like to look at me, guys, so we don't do video anymore.
I also don't like to look at myself.
Oh, jeez.
Body dysmorphia.
Hey, you're an interesting specimen. Hey now. You know what, guys? I think we will have to start doing video here again at some point in time. I did a video interview with the promoter of Agua. Go check that out. Brandon, how'd you like that?
Fantastic interview, Philip. You did a great job.
What was your favorite question?
The first question.
What was the first question?
How are you doing?
That's not what the first question was.
Wow, you didn't ask him how he was doing? Come on, Philip. That's not a good move there.
I did it, off air,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
all right.
Yeah. Brandon, you gotta watch the content here, man. Come on, man. Hey, how you gonna do this to me?
How'd you like the latest episode of Curveballs and Chair Shots?
I mean, I didn't listen to it. I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't listen to it.
All right, then. Don't question me.
Whoa!
Have you listened to the latest episode of Points and Doinks, my fantasy football show? If you guys have any fantasy football questions, slide into the DMs at Instagram, Curveballs and CS.
Wow.
We will help you win your league.
Just shameless plugging here. Jesus.
Points and Doinks.
Oh, okay. When I'm on Curveballs and Chair Shots, I'll listen to it. How about that?
All right.
Okay. All right. Is the only reason Roman... Oh, this is Inbright is the X, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Shout out, Mr. X.
Shout out, Mr. X. Is the only reason Roman is with Heyman now is because Brock is gone? That could be a possibility, guys. We'll have to watch SmackDown tomorrow night. I'm actually interested to watch Friday Night SmackDown in 2020. You believe that? I haven't sat through a full SmackDown since we were there, Brandon.
And then, like a week later, went to the Warrior game, and that was like the last social event I ever went to.
Yeah.
Ever again.
Pretty much, man. He also says, I personally think Finn should win the NXT title. They could tell a story of similar experiences between Cross and Balor as long as Cross won't be out too long. I think that'd be interesting, man. I'm not opposed to that. And in Brightest X says, on a more serious note, the IIconics are over and the world no longer makes sense to me anymore. Damn you, Vince McMahon.
Just another thing why 2020 is the worst year ever.
Dude, we're only talking two things from Monday Night Raw, so here we go. Randy Orton becomes the #1 contender to Drew McIntyre's WWE title yet again. He will face him at Clash of Champions. He beat the Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins, and Keith Lee in a triple threat. Yeah. Thoughts on Orton getting another opportunity? And I think he actually takes it home this time.
I thought the match was good. The finish, I saw it coming a mile away. Keith Lee should have won, but then Randy Orton goes and steals it from him. I mean, we've seen this finish so many times in WWE. Hell, we even saw it during the Iron Man match at NXT. And I just feel as though that's just a dumb triple threat finish that they always do. Now, Keith Lee, I mean, I think this means he's going to be feuding with Seth Rollins, because I think the Seth Rollins Mysterio feud is over. Dominic Mysterio faced off against Rollins in a qualifying match. I thought he was good. I mean, for being, I think, 23, I think Humberto Carrillo or this, one of those Latino wrestlers are kind of in the same age as him, and he's a whole hell of a lot better than what Dominic is. But, Dominic is no Rey Mysterio at 23, but I think he's starting off on the right foot, I guess.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio tore his pectoral muscle at SummerSlam Payback, whatever it was. Yeah. Tricep. Get well soon, Ray. All right, and then the IIconics. They have broken up. They lost a match against, I think it was a Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan. Shout out, you only live once. And losing team had to break up. Guys, why? Like, legit, why? This didn't need to happen. Like, I don't want to be that guy, but they need each other. They're so much better together. I can't imagine them not together, But this may be a chance for us to see, like, how well they shine together. Or shine separately, without each other. I don't know. Brandon, you're the biggest IIconics fan I know.
I know.
You used to do the gimmick when we were in the studio.
and then young boy number 2 stole my gimmick.
Oh, bro. Let's not talk about that.
Anyways, as much as I'm having fun with this, it was really stupid. I mean, like, you have this feud, which, say what you will, I mean, at least it is a feud that they're having on the mid-lower card. And then they announce this. Makes no sense. Why would the IIconics agree to that? Because it's like, you don't need to, like, agree to break up. It's kind of stupid to begin with. And then they, like, barely build it up. And then it's like a 4-minute match. IIconics lose. And then, like, what's the point? Like, as much as I know some people love them, and a lot of people hate them as well. But, like, I feel like they're better together than they are apart. I know we haven't seen them apart, but I just don't know, unless there is, like, a gimmick change for one of them, how we're going to get Billie Kay and Peyton Royce kind of doing the same thing on either Raw and SmackDown or both on Raw. We did get a little bit on Raw Underground where Peyton kind of turned on Billie. Kind of. I don't know. So maybe Billie's the babyface in the situation. It's all over the place. It's a mess. I don't know what the hell is going on here.
Yeah, I never want to see that again. I don't know why that happened. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we're talking about from Raw. We got a lot more other stuff to talk about. So here we go. We're going to recap the whole go home show for AEW Dynamite. So we get Santana and Ortiz actually defeating the best friends. They actually picked up a win. I'm happy for these boys. What are your thoughts on this match, man?
I think this is one of the, things people like about AEW and also things that people hate about AEW. I thought it was good action, high-paced, fast-paced, but there also was it was a little sloppy, a little, spotty at times. And this is a feud that's been going on for some time now, so I don't know if you can consider this the payoff, but I mean, I thought it was good. Didn't think there was any much to it besides, action and spots.
Absolutely. When Santana and Ortiz came out, I saw their tag record. It said 10-6. I'm like, really? They've won that much? I guess that's the beauty of AEW Dark.
That's exactly what Dark is for, to boost up those records, baby.
Boost up those records, man. They should be no more contenders then if that's the case. All right, moving on from that. This was a winners face each other at All Out match. So we have the Young Bucks. No silliness, no silly gimmicks. Not even the pose for the money flying. They just come out and they team with the Jurassic Express, consisting of Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, to defeat a CU, Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels, along with Private Party. This was a generic, 8-man tag match. Yeah, it happened.
With the opening match being a tag team match, I know it was more hardcore based and more brawling based, but I just don't feel as though you should do back-to-back tag matches like that. Spice it up. Have the women's match go on after this. But that being said, the Young Bucks showing a little bit more edge. Don't know if that means they're going to turn it heel outright, but it's very similar to the opening match. Some good action, kind of spotty. It was fine. Nothing real to it, I guess.
Oh, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go.
You're pulling at me, Philip. I haven't done that in a while.
I know. It's karma. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Kenny Omega has an interview with Tony Schiavone. Excalibur's back on commentary, which I don't approve of that. But anyway, yeah. So Kenny's out there. He's talking, and then the FTR comes out there with Tully Blanchard. They have a cooler full of beer, and then one chocolate milk for Kenny because he enjoys a nice glass of chalk. And Kenny's like, you guys are just gonna jump me, so let's just get it over with. And then Hangman Page comes out there, and Dax is like, hey man, we didn't get in your head, you got in your own head. You knew you can beat the Bucks again, and all this other stuff. And FTR pick up the tag belts and throw them down, and they're like, we'll see you guys Saturday. And Kenny, he just distanced himself from Hangman. And not to mention, on this past episode of Being the Elite, I actually watched this for the first time in I don't know how long. The ending scene was Kenny Omega looking in the rearview mirror with sunglasses on. So, Kenny, is he putting back on those sinister shades? What's going on, Brandon?
Well, at the end, when Hangman Page was holding out the titles and they had the camera tight on Page and they panned to Kenny, I thought that's what they were going to do. I thought they were almost going to do the exact same thing where we see, like, maybe not like Kenny be like Broken Matt Hardy and just change gimmicks, but maybe he like would be do something or another, but overall, I thought this segment was just a complete mess. I mean, Kenny comes out, the promo with Tony was kind of all over the place, and then FTR comes out, and then they're kind of, they're being heels to Kenny. Kenny's kind of being a heel back. It was just, I just don't know how I'm supposed to feel between all these guys. Like, no one was really too likable. Kenny was awkward. And Hangman, who was like the most overact, like almost in all of wrestling at the beginning of the year, now he's just kind of like a sad drunk at this point. I'm still holding on hope that they're going to get this all right at the end. So I'm actually most excited for this match at All Out, just because I feel like something's going to happen and the wrestling should be really good. But I kind of hated this segment right here. As much as I love everyone involved, I just didn't think it was really good at all.
Sad drunk. Aren't we all sad drunks in quarantine, guys? Aren't we all? No? No, is it just me?
I mean, I'm definitely not drinking while playing Fall Guys. Just saying.
Oh god. Oh god.
Still only have one crown, but at least I have a crown, damn it.
There you go. Alright, we're gonna move on from this. The demo god, Le Champion, he defeats the bad boy, Joey Janela. And, yeah, man, after this, Janela's just getting beaten down. He starts bleeding. Jericho wipes his blood on his Orange Cassidy shirt he wore during his match. Throws it at Orange Cassidy. Sonny Kiss comes out there and gets pummeled by Jake Hager. And then Orange Cassidy comes out there and he's firing up. He's going to throw the Superman punch. Doesn't happen. He has a little bit of the bubbly in his backpack and he pours it out, gives it a thumbs down. So, yeah, slightly different to what I said last week and how they always do the same thing. Yeah, what'd you think?
I actually like this quite a bit. I really like the promo that Jericho cut before the match. It was serious, a little bit of humor sprinkled in, and then Jericho and Janela. I mean, the match was fine. Both these guys aren't, world-class workers by any means, but at the end, we get Cassidy showing some fire, showing a little bit extra, and yeah, it is kind of a little bit more the same with a lot of beatdown angles, but I thought it was just different enough for me to like it.
Absolutely, as I finish chewing this chow mein. Jesus. Alright. This happened. We have Team Taz come out there, try to cut a promo. Jake Roberts comes out there. Eddie Kingston had the best promo out of this whole little situation. I love Eddie Kingston. Go watch his stuff, guys. He's great. And then I guess everybody that's in the Casino Battle Royale is brawling. I didn't need to see this.
Yeah, I mean, this was just WWE logic right here. Eddie Kingston, I have to point out, did not like the comment to Ricky Starks where he was like, I don't know if I should take you on a date or beat you up or something like that. Like, really, we're doing like gay jokes in 2020? Like, come on, guys. Let's just not do that. But anyways, I mean, this was a WWE thing to do before the Royal Rumble. You get 30 people in the ring, so because we're stupid, we don't know what a battle royal looks like, and this was very similar to what they did last week.
No, this isn't a battle royal; it's a battle royale.
Sorry, battle royale.
Yes,
gotta put the E at the end.
21-man casino battle royale. I think we'll get some surprises in there. Hopefully, the homie Zicky Dykes makes an appearance because that'd be great. I'd pop for that. Yeah, I don't want to talk about this anymore. All right, the NWA World's Women's Champion Thunder Rosa. That's town business, you feel me? Only been wrestling for 6 years. I'm impressed by that. She defeats Serena Deep. She was a former...
She's only been wrestling for 6 years because I feel like I saw her like 4 years ago at APW.
Yeah. She bred in the APW, man. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Shout out.
It's town business, you feel me? She defeats Serena Deep. She was in the Mae Young Classic, and she was also a part of CM Punk's Straight Edge Society. Very underrated group, by the way. I'm not gonna lie. What are your thoughts on Thunder Rosa defeating Serena Deep?
I thought the match was good. I was thinking maybe they would just have Rosa have a squash match. The match itself was all right. I mean, I guess it was on the higher end of women's matches. Serena Deep, she was one of those releases back in April, so nice to see her joining the AEW roster. I don't know about her being...
She was working with the company?
Yeah, she was kind of more of like a backstage NXT trainer type of thing.
I had no idea.
So, I mean, if she is like kind of that role for AEW, I'd be perfectly fine with that if she's, wrestles occasionally, but, more of like a backstage hand and kind of helping out the women. I think that'd be cool for her. Thunder Rosa, I'm really high on her. I like what she does. She has a distinct look. She's I mean, a really good wrestler. I think in this match she didn't show like the highest of high that she could be, but I think I'm really hoping, like for the sake of this women's division, that this match at All Out is really good and is the best they've ever had.
Yeah, I mean, Jim Ross said on commentary that this was probably one of the best women's matches they've had in AEW. So.
Hopefully, JR iced the back of his hand after that comment.
Yeah, well, he said I don't want to say this, guys, but don't put me in a corner here. And Shivani's like, oh no, well, we understand what you're saying. So they're kind of acknowledging like, hey, it hasn't been the best. All right, Jon Moxley defeated Mark Sterling. He's the Mark Sterling Esquire. He's the attorney for Maxwell Jacob Friedman. He is also an attorney for the Bullet Cast at some point in time. So this went on way too long for my personal opinion. Hits him with a paradigm shift, and then MJF and Wardlow beat Mox down. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you in the emailer. I did feel like this went on a little bit too long. I mean, it only went like maybe 10 minutes overall with the beatdown angle at the end, but I just felt as though it was just kind of too drawn out. It didn't like overstay its welcome by any means, like it wasn't channel turning, but it was like, okay, we know Moxley's gonna win, something's gonna happen, let's just get to the point already. I don't know if they were running short and they just had to fill a little bit more TV time, but
you know what? This, not to cut you off, this was more like this.
But you did.
Yeah, well, hey, it's my show. It was kind of.
Whoa, it's our show.
I'm sorry, it's our show. This was more. I got more Dean Ambrose vibes here. You know, I really did. Like kind of the quirkiness. I'm like, oh, okay. Like honestly, like it goes off at 7 o'clock here in California. So I'm saying Mox could have made his entrance at like 6:50, and then just hit him with the paradigm shift, and then hell, they could have beat him down for like 8 minutes. I would have rather watched that.
I did like the beatdown angle. I know I kind of predicted what was gonna happen. It was pretty obvious, but I just feel as though MJF has been a little too comical during this run to where, I mean, it kind of had the wrong feel going into it. But now that MJF, beat him down, and getting some more seriousness, maybe we can get a Jon Moxley promo on All Out to lead up to the match, because I feel as though for Moxley to kind of respond to that right before the match could be really good. Or if they do whatever the countdown to All Out and they just kind of re-air that on All Out, I think that'd be perfectly fine as well.
Yeah, I think Mox does need to talk about what happened right before we get this match, possibly in between one of the other matches. All right, guys, we're going to take another short break. We're going to hear from me and Cheeklate TV, and then once we come back, we're going to be doing our predictions for All Out. Bulletcast titles on the line. I'm very excited about it. Hey, what's going on, guys? Phillip here. Look, there are so many channels out there on YouTube that do pranks and challenges and funny videos like That Just Happened TV, Nelk, and Love Live Serve. But why don't you look up Cheeklate TV? Yes, Cheeklate TV. CHIKLE TV. It is a channel I started with my buddy Vinny a couple years ago, and we've done wrestling finishers in public. He's done eating challenges. We've done pranks to people. It's a whole lot of fun. When you go to YouTube, it is the thumbnail with the guy blowing the bubble. It says Cheeklate TV right in the bubble. And look, just sit down, relax, hop on YouTube, look up Cheeklate TV, and...
Ooh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Crack open a little bit of the bubbly. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Cheeklate TV. Like, share, subscribe. It is the freshest channel on YouTube. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Here we go. It is All Out. We are giving our predictions. Bulletcast titles on the line. Brandon, myself, Baby Huey, and Cindy. It's going to be a fatal four-way for the Bulletcast Championship. Alright, guys. Here we go. Here we go. The first match I have listed is the AEW World Tag Team Championship match. FTR takes on Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page. I think we get new AEW Tag Team Champions. I'm going FTR.
As I said, I think this is the match I'm most looking forward to. As much as I did not like the build, I feel as though you can go either way. I'm thinking something's got to give with Kenny and Hangman. They haven't been building too much in terms of them breaking up, but I just feel like something's going to happen. They've been building up FTR pretty strong. I got to agree with you. I will go with FTR as well. Don't know if we're going to get a straight up heel turn, if we're going to get some sort of angle, but something big's going down during this match.
Absolutely. And then next up, it is a Broken Rules match. Sammy Guevara, the Spanish God, goes up against the legendary Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy has to win this.
if Matt Hardy does not win this, he has to leave the company, apparently. Which I don't know if that means like we're just going to get Matt Hardy in a different gimmick. So as much as it doesn't make any sense, I will go with Sammy Guevara to get the win.
Really? Okay.
I got to be different here. It's a fatal 4-way. I got to stick out somehow.
Oh, okay, dude. All right.
This is how I win.
Watch that be the deciding. Yeah, I was just saying that. Watch that be the deciding factor in how you pull this off and steal my championship away from me.
That's okay. Whenever the next Night of Champions, you'll get it right back because I'm the Sasha Banks.
Whoa! Who said it was on the line for that?
Well, I mean, if I'm champion, then apparently it's just on the line all the time. But when you're champion,
no. I have I not put out dates that this thing is on the line? Have I not done that yet? I'll look at the rest of the pay-per-views for the year. Okay. All right. Casino.
If that's the case, then I'm not. If I win, I'm not defending until Royal Rumble.
Whoa! All right, Brock. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. All right. Casino Battle Royale. I don't even know who's in this. You know, like, they get a world title shot. Eddie Kingston, sure. I don't know.
So I mean, I would assume this might forego or be a little spoiler for who would win the championship. I'm gonna go with Lance Archer. No real reason behind it. I just feel like everyone is kind of at the same level at this point. I think it can be kind of like that Brody Lee type match where it's just kind of a one-off. So I'm going to go with Lance Archer.
All right, and apparently this next one is going to be a cinematic match. It is going to be Britt Baker, DMD, taking on Big Swole. Apparently this is actually happening in her dentist's office. I got Britt Baker, dude. It's her first match back, and she has to win.
And this is at the pre-show.
Yes, it's on the buy-in.
So if you guys aren't watching, aren't buying All Out, you can watch this one for free on the YouTube, on Bleacher Report Live, and all the other whatever.
The Twitter, the Periscope, all that stuff.
On the Big Tout. But I'll go Big Swole. I don't even know what the hell the match is. Like, is it like a pinfall? Is it because it's like some tooth or nail match? Is someone getting their tooth extracted? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, we just had an eye for an eye match. We have to have a tooth extraction match. We have to. We have to, dude. Let's go for it. If they actually do that, I'm going to pop for it. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, next up, it is Jurassic Express taking on the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks have a new demeanor. I think they win.
I think the Young Bucks win as well. I think Jurassic Express, sooner rather than later, they're going to get elevated. And if FTR does get the titles, I think Jurassic Express could be a fun little feud that they do. Who knows what they're going to do with the Young Bucks? Maybe Kenny turns heel here. Young Bucks kind of outright turn heel in this match. I think in this match, regardless, they're going to lean a lot more heel. So I will go with the Young Bucks, and maybe something else will happen during this match.
Maybe something else will happen. All right, next up it is the Dark Order. Brody Lee and all the other ones that actually wrestle, the more important ones. They're going up against Matt Cardona, Scorpio Sky, and the Natural Nightmares, Dustin Rhodes, and QT Marshall. Dark Order, they have a nice amount of steam. I think they have to keep it. I'm going Dark Order.
I feel like it can go either which way because you have QT on one side and then you have the jabronis of the Dark Order on the other side. So one of them is more than likely going to eat the pin. I think if you're going to do it, maybe they try to set something up with Matt Cardona or Scorpio Sky to win. But if Colt Cabana is on the team, which I would assume he's on the team, and they're kind of doing this little thing where he doesn't lose with the Dark Order, I'll go with the Dark Order as well, just because Colt Cabana is going to be on the team, and Colt Cabana doesn't lose when he's on the Dark Order.
No, he doesn't. Colt Cabana is such a nice fellow. He gave me a lighter once, Brandon. Ever tell you that story?
I think you've told it a time or two.
Yes. All right, next up it is the AEW Women's Championship. The champion, Hikaru Shida, is going up against the NWA Women's World Champion, Thunder Rosa. I think it will be a very nice match. I think Thunder Rosa will have a very nice showing, but all in all, I think Shida retains the AEW Women's title.
I will go with Shida as well. I am open to Thunder Rosa possibly winning the match. Maybe this does lead to a more NWA AEW talent crossover. Shida really hasn't been doing too much, so I'm gonna go with Shida, and hopefully there's some other women lined up for her.
Absolutely. All right, next up, it is Mimosa Mayhem. Chris Jericho, the demo god, Le Champion, taking on Orange Cassidy. Now, this is very interesting. This is the third match Chris Jericho has created. He's created two others, Money in the Bank and the Ambrose Asylum. He's never won those. Is that going to be the deciding factor here, Brandon?
Now, the way you can win it regularly, pinfall submission, or dumping someone in the tub of mimosa. Now, I could say maybe Chris Jericho, no matter what, is going to end up in the vat of mimosa, but doesn't mean he's going to actually lose the match.
I think that too, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick Jericho to win, but I think he ends up in the mimosa anyway.
And I will go with Cassidy.
Okay.
Getting the win straight up. Just dump him in the mimosa. You know, he does the job, quote unquote, but he doesn't really lose anything from it.
All right, absolutely. All right, last up, it is the AEW World Heavyweight Championship match. Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF, defends against the lunatic, the unhinged Jon Moxley. I'm going Jon Moxley.
I will go Jon Moxley as well. MJF, as much as I like what he's been doing, kind of overall, not the biggest fan of the presidential skit he's been doing. I don't know if I'd say it's too soon, but I just feel as though Jon Moxley has enough steam going forward, and I just feel like he should win. I don't know where they go from here. Does that mean Kenny or Hangman, one of those guys, could possibly, get up there? Maybe they do their feud, and whoever wins goes on and faces him. That's why I'm kind of picking Lance Archer to get the win here, just so they can do, a short little feud, while possibly we get some other bigger heels lined up for Moxley down the road.
Oh yeah, Mox and Archer, they feuded over the U.S. title in Japan. That's right.
That is right. That's how Moxley won the title.
Absolutely. All right, Superstar Spotlight. Who do you got? I'll pick somebody at the All Out recap show. What about you?
I will pick Keith Lee. I don't know if I picked him last week, but I feel as though he's been doing good work. He still doesn't have his theme music back, but at least he's not wearing that god-awful shorts.
Oh, dude, somebody did an edit to where it was his regular theme music when he debuted on Raw. I should have sent that to you. I'm sorry. It would have given you some sort of closure or something.
Every time. I mean, even I listened to it at the beginning of Raw when he came out the first time in the first match, and then I was, maybe hoping, cross my fingers. They smartened up. The second match, they're going to change it. No. I'm Charlie Brown with the football.
I mean, you never know, man. Jeff Hardy's going to be getting no more words back when fans return. Maybe when fans return, Keith Lee gets his old theme music back. You never know. Never know. All right, promo pick of the week, Brandon. What is it?
Well, we're going to go all the way back to 2014. May 30th, we get The Shield on SmackDown cutting a promo before their match against Evolution. The last match, well, I guess not the last match The Shield ever had, but the last match of the original Shield ever had. And they just talk back and forth. They go, not Jon Moxley, Dean Ambrose starts off the promo, just, talking about it. And then Seth Rollins grabs the mic, and then Roman Reigns grabs the mic and doing what he would do in finishing. The thing that really stood out to me is just how god-awful Roman Reigns was as a promo back then. Like, I know he's not the best nowadays, but geez, it was bad. It was not very good at all.
It wasn't very good. I think this was actually my last day of high school, Brandon. That's actually kind of ironic. This promo, it was okay. It was typical Shield promo for back in the day. Roman doesn't say much because he wasn't that great at it. Moxley, Ambrose, whatever you want to call him, kind of does the sinister scowl, and Seth just speaks some truths. Typical Messiah stuff. Absolutely. All right, our closed match pick of the week: AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Payback, May 1st, 2016. This was 4 years ago. I watched it a couple nights ago. It still holds up. I mean, it was their first encounter. This is when Roman's getting booed like crazy. This is when everybody wanted Styles to just win the big one because we thought he never would. It was all in good fun, guys. I loved it. Brandon?
Yeah, I mean, this was a damn good match, one of Roman's better matches, and it just shows how great AJ Styles is. Not trying to take anything away from Roman, but, I mean, it shows that when Roman is in there with a world-class athlete like AJ Styles, like Daniel Bryan, like some others, he can have a really good match.
No, yeah, absolutely. He can, you know. I guess is that gonna wrap it up for us, or are we done here?
I mean, we don't have to be done. We can just continue to talk about whatever you want.
I mean, do you have anything else you want to talk about, Brandon? You have any? What's going on with you, bud? How you doing? You know.
I'm okay. Philip, what'd you think about the trade deadline for baseball? What was your favorite move?
Oh, I did not watch any of that. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I will not lie.
San Diego
here.
Padres really bolstering up their team. I mean, I think the Padres can be great this season. I mean, I liked them beforehand, but now getting Mike Clevenger, whew, watch out for those Padres. They're scary.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You know, it's the BL and end all. Yeah. All right, I think we are going to wrap it up. Ladies and gentlemen, follow us on Twitter at BulletCast, Instagram, The BulletCast, YouTube channel, The BulletCast. Email us, BulletCast2 is in the number 2, sweetswet@gmail.com. Every Thursday night from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. in Watsonville, 99.9 FM KW. iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Spotify, Patreon. We're all over the damn place. I will be doing a recap of All Out. I don't know if Brandon will be with me. Maybe I'll grab Huey. Maybe I'll grab Cindy. Maybe all three of us will do it together. We don't know what's going to happen. I have some interviews I'm doing next week, guys. I'm really excited to get some more content out there. I'm looking at the calendar. I promised you guys 15 interviews for this year. We've only done 6, so we got to kind of get the ball rolling. Hopefully we can hit that quota by December 31st of this year. Thank you guys so much. Stay clean, stay strong, stay safe, stay quarantined, enjoy All Out. Diamonds are forever, and so is the microphone Messiah.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.